The massive damage from Hurricane Helene in the Western Carolinas and 5 other states is going to take months, maybe more, before things are back to normal. They need your help, as you can see. Now, these are photos from the area taken by Jim and Linda Barber, who live in Buncombe County, North Carolina. That's near Asheville. They had to evacuate to Brunswick County, North Carolina, their former home, after Helene. We had a chance to talk to them, along with their doggie, Charlie. Hi, everybody. John Daly here for the Carolina Buzz, brought to you by Full HR for all your company's human resources needs. Now, Jim and Linda have experienced hurricanes before when they lived in Sunset Beach, North Carolina, but listen to how they describe Hurricane Helene.
It was scary, very frightening, enough so that now I'm afraid of hearing rain. The torrents of rain coming down were just incredible, and watching the wind blowing, and while we still had cell service, watching the increase of the wind pressure and the gusts and everything just elevated the anxiety. Before some of the worst happened in our neighborhood, we had a connection going with neighbors of a text group, and we're checking in with each other. When we lost that, that was when we really became concerned about everybody. How are we going to get in touch? How are we going to stay connected?
We lost power around 6 a.m. on that Friday morning. So for probably 2 or 3 days, our only perspective of what was happening was in our neighborhood. We did not know how bad Asheville or the surrounding communities were, and until we were able to get more information. Fortunately, we had a transistor radio, old school, that we finally found a station that was carrying some reasonable local news, and so we gained an appreciation, but we never saw any pictures of the flooding in the whole region, really, because it was more of a regional event. And the community suffered some serious readjustments in its landscape, obviously with trees coming down, and several roads were impassable for a couple days. But
now, despite it all, Jim and Linda say their community came together.
We really had a great response, I think by Sunday, when a couple of the contractors who were building homes there sent in some of their heavy equipment operators, and they already had equipment on site, so they could get in their backhoes and whatnot and start clearing trees and things like that. So it was really a outpouring of that, and then eventually we started seeing the power crews. I mean, the number of people that were mobilized to react to that, we gained appreciation over several days for, but that was extraordinary. And then the volunteer outpouring, and we've had people inside the community who this was their second home. They started bringing supplies into our community and stockpiling water and things like that, and just basics, whatever. So, I think there's a lot of elements of, and people that rose to the occasion and responded within the community that you would not have expected from these people. You gained a lot more friends than we thought we had.
We would have stayed there if we could, even without the power and without the water. The people with the homes with generators managed to do the feeding of the neighborhood and keeping people safe that way. Our issue was that we're connected to the sewer system, but we have a grinder pump. The grinder pump pumps the sewage up. Without electric, it can't pump, which meant that we didn't have any facilities. So that became untenable for us. We really needed facilities for that part. Another reason why we came was I'm on the board and I'm doing the communications, and I needed good internet service to be able to connect those from the community who either evacuated or who had second homes there to know what was happening in the community. So we've got the command center set up at our friend's house here, and are keeping the communications flowing in many different formats. Text groups, Facebook, private Facebook page, and the emails that I send out 1 or 2 times a day.
But Jim had a little fun about another reason for their evacuation.
And a primary reason, John, too, is Linda wanted to wash her hair.
Well, there is that. After 4 days, it's kind of...
We were using fortunately we had a hot tub, which was no longer hot, but it had a large supply of water and was somewhat warm. And so for a couple of days we were, bathing in nature with the hot tub water over our heads. So personal hygiene protocols were dramatically changed over several days, but we survived a lot better than I think some of our friends.
Now, Jim and Linda agree with estimates that it will take many months to get the area back to normal.
The road infrastructure in particular, while the interstates are good coming in, the secondary roads, a lot of them, anything along the Swannanoa River, hole after hole, even coming to our place, Highway 9, a bridge partially washed out, so it's a 1-lane road just coming from Black Mountain to our community, which is just 2 miles up the road.
And there are many citizens outside of the region who are helping with donations. Linda and Jim offered some suggestions.
One of the restoration companies that's a major national company said cash, just getting the money there. He said this is a marathon, it's not a sprint, and the best thing that can help right now is funding the reputable places, reputable companies, reputable sources. Manna Food Bank, I've got to say, Manna Food Bank already was providing meals for the needy in Western North Carolina since 1983, I believe. Their warehouse, everything was destroyed. They have set a pop-up in the Western North Carolina farm market. Manna Food Bank is a wonderful group to provide funds for, because they're going to need that continuing for many months to come.
It's the people that lived in the rural areas, that had lower paying jobs or worked in restaurants or the tourist industry. They have no income now, and they'll get some assistance, I think, but they have no place to go, or they're sleeping on cots, maybe in the shelters and with their kids, and those people, most dramatically affected.
Now, like many government officials, Jim and Linda ask that people do not go up there to see what happened, because it just gets in the way of the cleanup and restoration. Still, there are so many ways to help. Now, we have 2 that we would suggest here on the Carolina Buzz. The first is the North Myrtle Beach Rotary. Go to their Facebook page. They are putting together many programs that will be getting money and needed supplies to the region. You can also reach out and donate to Spokes of Hope, run by Shane Zaccoli. Now, that has already started deliveries already to the region here. All you got to do is go to their Facebook page. Now, if you have a good place to donate, let us know here. And we want you to check out our sponsor here on Carolina Buzz. For all of your HR needs, please go to Full HR. Keep your employees focused on the customer. How? Bring in Full HR with Greg Taylor. Brent Jackson from Breakfront Software did.
I don't care about taking that internally, no matter how many employees we have, because I want all of our employees focused on what's going to continue to get us where we want to go, and let Greg and his team handle all those things that just are a distraction to us and our vision and our goals.
To find out more, go to fullhr.com. And special thanks to Full HR for being a sponsor of Carolina Buzz. And Let us know if Carolina Buzz can help your company get the word out. Carolina Buzz is on WingDing TV, offering you video production, even your own TV show, along with cutting-edge social media and digital marketing that enhances viewer engagement, but also provides a valuable opportunity for sponsors to connect with a dedicated and expansive audience. Let us know how we can help you. I'm John Daly for the Carolina Buzz.